This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system.
Hello, and it's just a jump to the left.
Take it back now, y'all.
All right.
Yo.
I wore a striped t-shirt under this. Look, and it's coming
You look
through.
like a prisoner.
Hello, welcome to Lassie's Football Phone In with me and Dave. Do you want to move across a bit more?
A bit, yeah. The cleanly shaved Matt Dean with his sideburns, taking us back to 1990.
Sorry, I've got a bit of food stuck in my mouth.
It's all right. Coming up tonight, we're going to talk about Aldershit, where we played really badly and we were really poor. Melon has no excuses for that performance, but hey, such is life. We're still in the promotion hunt, and also the postponement at Halifax. How did you think it went?
Coming up. It wet?
Yeah.
What?
It was wet.
I think...
wet. Is it on loop?
No.
When will this jingle stop?
End.
Yeah.
I think that, firstly, Dev, I think the postponement went really well.
Yeah, it was bloody well needed.
It was called in good time.
Yeah.
And we've had postponements this season that have gone really badly, haven't we?
Well, friend of the show, Mark White, has had probably the worst luck. York getting all the way up there, postponed, all the way to Altrincham. It's on.
It's off.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
Worst postponements of the season. What is happening here?
Well, Bob, 1, 2, 4, 5. This is the Latics Football Phone In.
Yeah.
Where have you been, mate? Where have you been?
Yeah.
So yeah, what's going on with us? Talking about Latics.
Oldham Athletics team off players. I'm not interested in playing football. Very sad.
Thanks, Keith.
Okay. Good evening, sexy Dave and beardless Matt. Nips in my beard, have you, Dave?
Matt sideburns.
Nips in my beard.
It's stubbly, Matt.
Is it anywhere? Yeah, it's growing back. I'm growing it back. I miss it already. Sometimes the fire needs to burn down to regrow, doesn't it? You know, I mean, the forest needs to burn down. Did you learn
that Arsonists Anonymous?
Yeah, or Caskenmore, as it's also known.
This week, children, we're going to talk about arson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Ryan says, genuinely thinks the postponement will be good for us as they're on form. Hopefully he's flogged them this week.
Is that allowed anymore, flogging? Being a Hume Grammar student, I was flogged daily.
Yeah. It's allowed on BBC.
But look at me now, I'm hosting a live internet Latics Football Phone In show.
Yeah.
And I'm a DAB digital DJ. So yeah. It's good stuff.
Move across a bit more.
No, it's good. I'm good. It's like moving away.
Yeah.
Plus the eggs stink.
I've not finished my tea. Got see a look.
Yeah.
So.
Matt's enjoying the olive, egg, cherry tomatoes, and walnut sort of. It looks like spew, if I'm honest.
It does actually, doesn't it?
Beef paste on a muffin. Need I say more? Anyway.
According to guys, the players have had the day off today.
Right.
Which I guess they probably would have done anyway after the match.
Yeah, it's been poor. So if you want to call in and talk about our promotion chances or lack of or worrying signs, are we going to make it? Are we not? What do you think, Matt?
I think we should speak to Danny.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Danny.
Danny Fairs. Shelton, one fan.
Oh, Shelton, mate.
I'm joking, don't start.
Yeah. Just want to talk about Aldershit, really. Well, there's not much to say other than it was atrocious. Waste of time, money, but we still go, don't we, and try and cheer them on, but they look like they cannot be arsed at all. There's massive hole in midfield. I don't know why he drops Sachdev after a man of the match performance and brings in Sutton. Sutton got absolutely bombarded down that right, and I reckon he went off being a bit of a fairy, me, to be honest. To put Fondop and Nuttall on the bench was it? And he started.
Not
Norwood.
Garner.
Garner, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And started
Garner
with
started,
Was it? I don't know. I was at
Norwood
the
and
rugby.
Oh, yeah, Dallas. No, Norwood was on the bench
Dallas.
for Fondop.
Yeah.
Garner and Dallas started, didn't they?
I can't remember, mate. It was just a farce. It was just a farce from the get-go, really. And I think if we do make the playoffs, I went and watched Gateshead last night, and their midfield will run rings around ours. Callum Whelan, who we had, looked like a man possessed last night in their game against Rushden Diamonds. He got man of the match. He bossed the game from start to finish, and I can't believe we let him go. Really,
it's all about having players in the right teams, though, isn't it? Like he's obviously in the team that suits him now.
Well, when he was with us, he was like a little boy lost, and last night he was like a different gravy. He was a bit like Darren Sheridan, sort of snapping at people's heels, spreading the ball, making good passes, good runs, and I just thought, wow, we let one go there. But to be honest, when he did play with us, he was like Shelton. He was atrocious for us. But I fear if we do play them in the playoffs, that'd be game over.
Well, if he did play for us, we'd only kick it over his head anyway, wouldn't we? So,
Who's to blame, Danny? Who's to blame? Is it the players or is it the manager?
Or is it Dave?
Well,
I think a bit of both, really. I think Mickey Mellon's that old school type of manager where it's his way or no way, and he don't want to listen. He seems to come across like that. But some of the players, you know how to play football from a young age. Like if you play football and you've got it, you know how to play. And these just, I don't know. Like Hobson's gone backwards.
Yeah.
Lundstrom's no longer in the mix, but he did nothing. Pass backwards and sideways. I don't know what it is with our midfield. They never drive forward. They always go backwards. They're looking to pass back. They're scared to take a man on. So I don't know if the defence have got like a fear of passing to the midfield because they get it straight back. So they want to bypass the midfield and get it up top. But it just doesn't work. There's nothing there that's working. And I think it's only a matter of time before we're out of the playoff race, really. And we'll have to just build on the next season. But I don't want to be saying that because I've supported Latics since we're 4 years old. And I thought this season would be it. We'll get there. And now it's just like, I just feel like we're a mid-table team, nothing to get excited about. I'm not looking forward to Saturday against Chesterfield.
Well, you're not. No, you don't think we'll get a reaction. Do you not think he'll be? We've got.
I think the players can't be asked, to tell you the truth, mate. The way it looked on Saturday, they just could not be bothered. They're on big wage. Well, they're probably on big wages for our league, and they're just picking up that pay packet. Not asked.
What do you think about Conlon getting picked for England C?
Did he?
Yeah, he's been picked. Yeah, he's been picked for England C. He's been called up.
Really?
I don't have much hope for England C because he's fastly turning into a Shelton and a Lundstrom. When he was his first game against Barnet, he was driving forward. He looked brilliant, but now he looks like he can't be bothered. He wimps out of tackles. He gets a ball. He loops a ball in the air constantly. Don't want to play it on the deck.
I mean, what I'll say, Danny,
it's like a graveyard for good players.
Yeah, midfield graveyard. Yep.
We've got Dan Ward, who came with good pedigree, gone. Shelton, even, nothing. Conlon, nothing. Lundstrom, nothing. What?
It is very strange.
Everyone's like been dead. Like everyone's just like, can't be bothered with Latics, and I hope that we don't.
Wales, Dave.
No,
I'm just pointing out. It just says so. Then maybe I don't know.
Well, James Marland, you wrong. But yeah, it's fine.
You're right. You're right, though, Danny. It's weird how these players have come and then just gone backwards, seemingly.
Just to clarify, James Marlon, Tom has been called up by England C for their fixture against Wales C.
Oh, yeah.
So, James Marland, I want a redaction.
James
fine.
James Marlon, you've got to be careful when you're taking on Sexy Dave. You know, you're going to get your facts right.
Your facts right. But yeah, I think
everyone's just better. Do you know a player that I think this team might be missing? And it might be a bit of a controversial opinion, this. I think Tollett, because at least he wants to drive the ball forward.
He had allegedly had a very, very bad attitude, and he was causing a lot of disruption off the field. That's what I've been sort of led to believe by certain people.
I don't know. I think I know what you mean, Danny. He did on occasion do that. He wasn't. Again, it all comes down to consistency at this.
Where's Ethan Walker, man?
Don't know.
Where is he? We're crying out for pace. We've not got Green. We've got no pace. Bring Callum Hawke back if he's fit. Ethan Walker, bring him back. Play out wide. I know he's not the fastest Hope, but at least he pushes it. Like against Rochdale, where he kept on cutting inside and he got a goal. He did it against Dorking last season. He scored a few goals this season against Aldershit. He did it again, didn't he? He's got that, and I think he's one of the who tries hard and he sets an example for the younger players. I just think that,
I think what we were saying before, Danny, about the playoffs and our aspirations and that now is we went on a decent little run of getting wins. We won 4 out of 5 at one point and things like that. And then we've dropped off. And then other teams around us are finding bits of form. But the form in this division is like this. And so we've still got 8 games to go and we could still find some form. Some of the teams around us could lose a bit of form. I think it's going to probably go to the wire this season. I think there's probably going to be 2 or 3 clubs that are going to be vying for that last spot. Whether we'll be one of them, we might pull away. I think it's going to be exciting. I think there's going to be, something to play for.
And if you do get in the last game, you've got like Blackpool did. You've got the momentum, then haven't you? Just to move on. I know it's comparing against someone like Blackpool, but
I do think if we get hammered on Saturday, though, that could be very, very bad for our confidence because we got hammered on Saturday. It was only 2-0, but we were murdered. And if we play like we did again, then against Chesterfield, it could be a bloody cricket score, couldn't it? That's what worries me.
And they're going to have a big crowd behind them, a big away following half. I'm not going to go on about home fans getting on players' backs, but we just need to be as loud, if not louder than the Chesterfield fans, and make it a melting pot for positivity. Do you know what I mean? Even at Kidderminster, I think it's fair to say that it was pretty flat. We really need to get behind the players. If we want to, we play a big part in it ourselves as fans. If we want to get to the playoffs, we've got to support the team. I'm not saying we're not supporting them. I'm just saying if we want to be this, successful club with a home atmosphere to try and turn it around, it's on us as well.
Danny, how do we get we played Chesterfield, we played Rochdale, we played Hartlepool this season, right? Where the atmosphere's fantastic. Last season at Chesterfield was amazing. There was just that belief. Against Chesterfield last season, there was a belief that we were going to win the game, and we didn't stop from start to finish. Rochdale, Hartlepool this season. How is that possible for us to do that boundary party thing? Why is it that we can't all buy into that? Is it just because we don't win at home very often and we've just lost belief, do you think? Or what?
Yeah, I do think, and I think a lot of the young uns that go now that sit behind the athletic goals, they're only there to piss about, really, I think. And I know there's a lot of young lads that go that just go with the mates for the crack, and they're not really Latics fans and that. Do you know what? I'd like to see something in a small section of a stand where they're allowed pyrotechnics and flares. Do you know they do it in Europe? So if you have a small section where it's only for that, let it happen. I think it'd be good. Build a bit of an atmosphere, really.
They won't do that, will they, in this country? I mean, I'm going to bring these. So how do we support a team that doesn't get us up off its seats? Well, there's that potentially dual responsibility, I think. Where some, I mean, you see it around some stadiums in some places where the atmosphere is always fantastic, no matter how bad the team's playing.
We could just mourn forever.
But
and
God's saying, don't not this again.
Well,
Dave.
let's just mourn then, and just get on the team's back, and just be, just say we shit all the time. Yeah, that's what, really good idea.
I think it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
I think,
of course it is.
I'd love. I think what Ryan and Cammy and the other Atleticos have tried to do at Borough have done at Boundary Park, and what continue to try to do is absolutely brilliant, because they've looked at the games around Europe and stuff like that, and they've looked at those fans that just make an atmosphere regardless, and they make it intimidating for opposition fans regardless. Now they've often got bigger fan bases, and they're from they have bigger crowds and stuff like that, but. And I don't think this is the case at all. I don't think this is the case. You're not suggesting we praise poor football. It's not about that.
Definitely
it's about
not.
Trying to create an atmosphere that is maintained and keeps going, even if they are playing crap. Now, at the end of the game, you can let players know how you feel and things like that.
Hartlepool away this season. Were you there, Ben McConnell? Were you? We went 1-0 down, and we still carried on singing. We did give him a bit of crap, don't get me wrong, but we still carried on singing all the way through that game. And look where we came out of that game. Am I right?
Yeah,
Ben, if you were there, come on the show and let's have a talk about it instead of sending comments. You know what I mean? I'm
that's the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Phone in, do you know what I
mean? I'm not saying praise before football. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know what the answer is. Maybe you have the answer, or does anyone have the answer? If you do, call in the show. You know what I mean? By all means.
As well on Saturday. Sorry, just to go off tangent. We started against a team that were massive. It was like Bromley. And there was big physical meatheads. And we started with two small strikers, really small midfield. Fondop was on the bench. That would have been ideal for him that game. Naviendo, the guy, number 25, big black fella at the back, he smashed through the back of Fondop, and I thought that's a red card, straight red. He didn't even get booked. Referee was only 5 yards away. I thought, wow. Fondop just got up. I thought he was going to retaliate and bang him, but luckily he calmed himself down a bit. But that game was crying out for a big, burly centre forward for us if we was going to knock it long. And he's just started with two small strikers. And I know he said he didn't want to knock it long, but that's what the team were doing. And I don't know if the team are not listening to his tactics or his setup and just going about the business, or they are really getting told to pump it.
Yeah, it's a confusing one.
Let's bring this point in. The atmosphere starts off dead good, and after 10 minutes, our team is killed. It's such hard work. So, that's a bit of a contradiction, because if it's hard work, do we just give up? Because then the lads will just give up. So then we're going to criticise the lads. So as fans, because it's a little bit hard work and it's not going our way, I'm not saying praise football. We should just, as Andy Oldham said, we should encourage and just keep behind them. That's why we support our team, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm not. It's the thing is with it. It's a mind. It's like when you look at the players and you look at how teams play and things like that. It's the same with fans. Like, it's a mindset for if fans are going to go there to make a load of noise, regardless, they'll do it regardless. And if they're not, they're not. And it's about mindset. And I understand the point. I understand that point that Gaz is making. Yeah, I do. Yeah,
but it does start off well, and then it drops off. The performance drops off. The atmosphere drops off. And that's we've been saying it the whole time. It's a joint effort. It's not all on one or the other. And also, what we know is that just because fans make a load of noise doesn't mean that the team's going to win either. You know what I mean? Because you sometimes you can make a brilliant atmosphere and you don't win the game. So it's not like it's guaranteed one or the other. But I think that the point that we've been trying to make consistently on the podcast, Phone In and stuff, is that the more positive atmosphere there is at Boundary Park. And plus, it's not just about that. It's about just not getting on our own players back. So that's what we criticise the most. I don't think, excuse me, I don't think that, it's not about not getting on backs either. It's abuse. We don't want to give them abuse. But just try and be a little bit more encouragement. Look, encouragement does go both ways, guys, and we know that. But, yeah, they've got to give us something. We've got to give them something, and we've got to feel that we're all in it together. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, agreed. It is, and these last 8 games are going to be absolutely vital now, and we just need to just get behind the players no matter what. And
I think if we go into that attitude on Saturday with we're gonna make loads of noise, and let's not say we're not doing it. We're doing it for us, and we're doing it to impress and intimidate Chesterfield and impress and intimidate their fans, and that's why we do it. Like when you go on the road, you want to go to you know when you go to wherever you're there representing Oldham, aren't you? And it's almost like you don't want to you want to represent properly, and you want to make an impression and leave and then go, oh well, they were fantastic. But the same thing comes at home. Like when people come to Boundary Park, we should be representing Oldham in that same way, and trying to maintain a level of atmosphere. And I know it's really hard because don't get me wrong, it's not like I sing like for 90 minutes or anything like that. But I do try and get involved and make a noise. But we understand we're not like pointing a finger. I was saying that we do this and you don't do that. We're not saying that at all. It's just we're just posing the question of, what could we do? What could Boundary Park be like for these next coming home
something's
games?
got to
Can
change.
we do it?
Something's got to change because the home form is that bad. You know, and we know the football's not great. We know that there's issues around that, but you know, what is it? It's I don't know. It's so difficult. Like after 30 years of decline, it's understandable why the atmosphere can be bad. It's a tough one to fix, but the results on the pitch go a long way towards fixing it. Well, if that is not the most obvious statement, I don't know what is. But he's right, you know. But what can we do as fans? What can you do as fans?
I look at like what people like the Atleticos are doing and say let's try and support what they do. Let's try and back what they do. When you hear them starting to sing and starting to make an atmosphere, we watched the game from the Joe Royal stand, didn't we, against Bromley? Absolutely no atmosphere in there whatsoever. There was a little bit down that near the Chaddy end.
Yeah,
but there was no noise at all coming from like it is. You know, come on, just make a bit of a noise. Don't
We've
be so
got to be louder than
self-conscious.
Chesterfield on Saturday, haven't we? That's as simple as that.
Yeah, but well, look, it's not. We go to loads of grounds around the country as fans, and we outsing the home fans. It's not unusual that the away fans are louder than the home fans, is it?
Sorry,
I know. So it's not something that's totally unique to us either. I think
I don't know. It's vital now. If we want to be in the playoffs, we want to get behind the players to get them motivated. It's obviously something motivational as well as tactical, which Mellon's addressed. But we've just got to do our bit. That's what I'm trying to say.
You think we'll make it still?
Come on, Dave. You're supposed to say yeah because you were always really optimistic.
I know.
Do you remember?
I know. Well, if England can beat Ireland at the rugby, anything's possible. So yeah, I think we can. I think Mellon will turn it around, but we need to play with pace. We need some pace. If he doesn't bring any wide players or change the system, which is clearly not working, then it's on Mellon rather than anyone else. You know, he's got to change it. With Green coming back into the squad, we had some good results because we had that outlet down the side. You know, bring Walker in, and just you've got to change it. But then again, does he tinker too much? I don't know.
Do you know what? I can't go to a match thinking he'll play this way this week. He'll play this formation, or he'll play this starting 11. It's just all over the shop.
Do you think we'll? Do you think we'll make it, or and how do you think we'll get on Saturday?
I think we'll get pumped on Saturday. I hate to say it, but I think we'll get absolutely pumped at home. And I think a lot of fans will be leaving early. I never leave early. I'll stay till the very last. But
we'll be chucking a season ticket on the pitch again if we get pumped on Saturday.
No.
Not that desperate.
Right, cheers, Danny. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Chat to you a bit. All right, a bit.
Evening, sexy Dave and Matt, you all right?
Well, you sound happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see both of you. I hope you both are all right.
Good, mate. Thank you. Very well. Very well. Just a bit fed up of the recent form, but hey, it's...
Yeah, just disappointed since Saturday because we find ourselves out of playoffs and the players have seemed to have given up. I hope they do something about it because eight games are remaining, the 8 cup finals for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's typical Oldham because when we think we're going to be down and out against Chesterfield, we might win. Do you know what I mean? It's
Ibby James has said, "Stop blaming the manager, for God's sake. It's the players. They're refusing to follow instruction." Who do you put it down to at the minute? The players or the manager?
I blame both sides because make it equal. But something needs to happen on Saturday, and if we don't perform in the 10 minutes of the game, and heads goes down, God help us, because Chesterfield will be putting a cricket score past us.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the game on TV, Dorking and Chesterfield. Now, it was a bit of a freak result, really, but Dorking did not let Chesterfield settle. They were at them from the first minute, and I think we're at that situation. We're in the situation now where it's not. We're out of the playoffs. It's very close, but it's not good enough to not lose games. We have to win games. Yeah. We have to win them, and that means we have to go for it. And we have to set. Yeah, but we know that a lot of people say that Mellon, same as they thought with Unsworth, was setting the team up to not lose games. Well, that's not good enough. Points aren't going to get us promoted. Draws aren't good enough now. We've got to win games, and we've got to set up to win games, and that doesn't mean holding on for 80 minutes and having a bit of a flow. We've got to do it for 90 minutes. We've got to try and win the game from the off. And I think that starts on Saturday. I think if we go into it with the wrong mentality, if we go in to not get beat off Chesterfield, then we'll get beat. I think we will. I think we've got to have a go. We've got to try and beat them.
Well, that's it. It's just, I don't know. Is it froze?
Come on.
Is it froze? I thought it was frozen.
Dead air is a crime.
No, but I just think we've just got to change it. We've just got to change the perception, don't we, of how we operate and, pressing and stuff like that. Ibby, what do you think?
We need a reaction, Dave, honestly, Saturday. And games are coming and going very fast. We need to sort ourselves out. The players need to stop thinking about holidays and start performing, because we put a lot of money coming and going to games, and players need to do their full job, 90 minutes. And let's hope something happens on Saturday for us.
Yeah, I think you're quite right. But even Flynn says here, even if we make this side makes the players, there's no chance of winning. There's no style of play, no energy, no pace, no character.
Well, I'm okay with us not going up in the playoffs. If we get to the playoffs, then and we don't go up, then that's just the way it goes. But I think getting into the playoffs is really important. And this point from Rob, let the music play, which I agree with. But this is going to take a decade to sort out.
Wow. Sorry, just let the music play. So, no.
I'm not sure about that, but I do agree that it's going to take a while, and it won't. That's why I think getting into playoffs it's a really good sign of progress. Like Andy said on the podcast this week, it can take, the average is 5 years.
Yeah.
And when you're building from where we've come from, it's tough. And that 2 places available for promotion makes it really, really hard. So I think if we make the playoffs this season, we don't go up great, but we don't go not great, but we don't go up okay. And then next year we have another go. I mean, next season, it starts to look a bit more urgent, I think, in terms of and expecting more from this team and these players, because they haven't been great, have they, this season on a consistent basis? And we are where we are because the league is so tight.
Yeah, and
it's incredibly tight.
And anyone can beat anyone on the day, can't they? It's been proven. But look, Dorking versus Chesterfield. It's a really, really competitive league, but this is the season where we've got a chance to get out of it, because there's only one big player in the league, whereas usually there's 2 in there, like Notts County, Wrexham, Grimsby, Solihull, Motors, Bromley. They're all up there, but we'll have to see. We'll just have to see.
Also, Dorking are in big trouble too.
There are the Woods yet. I've got every faith in Mark.
I really hope they also stay up, because it's not only about ourselves. I always look after their results too.
Yeah, it'd be good if they do. But if they don't, that's tough shit, isn't it? They'll just have to go again, won't it? Apparently, God give us grass to play football on, but not at Halifax, because it's the only mud over there.
Sorry.
Oh, dear. I should have moved that away from you.
Brilliant. I love you. Give me the control. No, but yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game Saturday, but I think Oldham on the day have a habit of just
not rising to the occasion.
Surprising us.
And letting everyone down.
Yeah.
So. Oh, God. Right, nice one. Thanks for your call, Libby.
Cheers, Libby.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Take care, bye. Right, should we have a chat with Ben?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, it was Excitals a minute ago.
You were there a minute ago, Ben.
Is he there? Can we let him in?
You hear me, Ben?
Here we
There
go,
he is.
Ben.
All right, Ben.
Hi, fellas, you all right?
Yeah.
So, Dave, you asked if I went to Hartlepool. So I've been the weigh-in supervisor for 19 years at Oldham. So when it comes to atmospheres, I'd like to think I'm pretty experienced when, fans are up and fans are down.
Yeah.
I've experienced the highs and the lows of some teams, trying to grasp promotion, i.e. a Chesterfield this weekend. There's no doubt about it, Dave, that the Chesterfield fans, not only because of the league position, but the style of football they play, every time they come over the halfway line, they'll be up.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, at Latics, we don't have that player who gets us off our seat, i.e. a David Ayres, for instance. When David Ayres had the ball, we naturally all got up because we thought he's going to do something. I wasn't a massive fan of Dylan Bambula, but he had a trick up his sleeve to get us excited. We haven't got that in Oldham's team. We've got no pace at all in the football team. And that's why we can't create an atmosphere, because nobody excites us.
I think what you're talking about there, Ben, is a fair point, but I also think that's kind of like you're talking about the kind of like the natural ebb and flow of the game, where like there's some like against Bromley, the biggest cheer of the night was our biggest incident of the night was when Dallas got pulled down. Those things that excite the crowd, that get them going, that agitate them in whatever way. I think there's a difference between that and sort of like just creating a steady atmosphere, if you like. So I think, I agree with you. That really does help.
It's hard to create an atmosphere, though, fellas. And when you've got people like Harrison McGuire playing centre midfield for you, it's boring. It is. It's boring. Yeah. Now, for me, put a kid in there who's 17-year-old, i.e. and Harry Vaughan, who'll excite us a little bit. At least we'll back him. It's just, Harrison McGuire's had an absolute waste packet out of Oldham. Let's be honest, he's had 18 months of doing nothing. And I mean,
he got relegated with us, and then he did his backing. He was out for a season, and then he's come back and he's playing out of position because he's a natural centre half, and of
course he is.
But if he's told either play there or don't play, he's got to step up. But would you rather have McGay or Shelton? That's the question, mate.
It doesn't have to be one or the other, does it?
It's not really good options, that, Dave, is it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I was texting.
You know what I'd rather have, Dave? I'd rather go and speak to Muzza and say, get me a kid out of the youth team. And play him. I genuinely would, because he'd excite us. These kids are brave. They'll have a go.
I don't know. I think it works. It works. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean,
could crumble.
The last lad that came on,
they're all crumbling, Dave. The whole midfield crumbles. I mean, let's be honest. Unsworth spoke highly of Lundstrom, saying, can't wait till he gets back, can't wait till he gets back. The pressure on that guy's shoulders, I'm not sticking up for him, by the way, because I think he's not been very good, but the pressure on the guy's shoulders, let alone off Unsworth, has been unreal, because all he spoke about was wait till Lundstrom's back.
Yeah, he didn't really have anything. He didn't really have anything else to fall back on, did he? Unfortunately.
Yeah, and Conlon needs to step up. He's like as we say, Port Vale, captain, playoff winner. He's not excited me. Dan,
but he's got nothing next to him, Dave. To be in all fairness to him, he's been in the club probably 2 months. He's got nothing next to him. I get it. I'm not defending. But
what do you need? How do you see Conlon? Do you think DC should be a forward? The only player who has, sorry, just to go back to Colin. What is he? Is he that forward pushing player, or is it a holding midfield role? Because he played further up for Port Vale, and we're playing him so deep. Now that seems to me is like a tactical issue from Mellon. The only player who's impressed me, who is a young kid, as you've said, is Oliver Hammond. Now his energy, his pace, he's chasing down the ball. He's the only outlet in the midfield who's impressed me. It's Sheron again. He has his ups, he has his downs, and if he has a bad game, bloody hell does he have a bad game. But when he has a good one, it's really difficult.
I think you get a baseline from Sheron, Dave. I think you get a 6 or 7 every game, regardless. You'll never get 10.
Agreed.
You'll never get a 10, but his work. It's scary when Sheron doesn't play. How exposed we actually do look.
Yeah.
You know, we do. You know,
completely. On the question of Conlon, I don't think he's a holding player, but I think he should be playing on the left of the two central midfielders. If we're playing with that three central in the midfield, I think we need to change.
Yeah, but he did that against Bromley, and he was absolutely.
I know, but that's where he should play. I don't think we should play with wing backs on for the rest of the season. I don't think it's
I don't think it's a coincidence since the Alex Reid thing, but Kitchen's been shocking since that moment.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the guy who gives a bit of an outlet, in all fairness. You know, he actually gives us a bit of something on the left touchline. Now he doesn't seem to go forward. So again, is that a tactical thing off Mellon saying don't do it? Or has he seen his arse a little bit and thought, can't be bothered anymore?
There's just so many questions every week, and they seem to be the same one, and we never get the answer. And it's
I think it's just it's one of those things. It takes time, and it, you know, we can't expect for it to all just have clicked into players. Like someone said in the comments before about, you know, recruitment's not been good and feeling for Frank. Well, Frank's doing everything that he feels is right. Everybody's making the decisions in the board that they think's right. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. Mellon, it might work next season for Mellon. It might kick in towards the end of this season. We don't know.
But you've got like Dan Ward and Hallam Hope, who's still not making the team. And, you know, Hallam Hope gives everything, doesn't he, 100% all the time?
He does. Yeah, he does. But the 100% is great there, and you can carry 2 or 3 of those players in your team, as you're probably well aware, but then you need a bit of quality. You know, going back to the comment with Hartlepool before, I remember being in the Chaddy and this season, Hartlepool, and I forgot what his name is, you know, he's the high-profile player. When he came off the bench and he excited the fans, are all like, yes, he's coming on. He's injury pro, but they were excited by him coming on, you know, thinking, you know, he's capable of getting a goal, this guy. Thankfully, he didn't on the day, but he excited him. I don't think we've got that player. You know,
wasn't Andrew Dallas?
Will Sutton played right back. You know, you can't blame Will, but with no outlet, he will not go forward. And if he does, you know, the quality, unfortunately, is not good enough.
So we're not balanced still, are we? We've not got a proper team.
It's interesting because I was listening to Richie Wellens' interview last week. I forgot who they played, and he said they played Wigan. That was it. And he said, unfortunately, he's got loads of injuries on his wings. And his statement was, any football team without wingers will struggle. Doesn't matter what team you are, you need an outlet on your wings. And I don't think we've had that this season. Now, you know when we played in the cup and we lost to the Mickey Mouse team, and Walker played that day. I thought Walker in the first half. I know the opposition, but just for the fact he got the ball and ran at them, and we've not seen him since.
Well, he won the penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, he was brilliant. The first half, he caused them havoc.
Yeah,
because all he wanted to do was run at them, and I'm stood there in the paddock there, and people like, you know, forgot who it was, a couple of senior players, and when he got the ball, they were really encouraging him, like, go on, run at them, as though they knew what he were about.
Yeah,
do you know? And we just
where is he? Where is Walker?
Are you doing the interview after the game on Saturday or what?
Potentially, yeah.
Maybe you could ask him.
I might do.
Assuming he's not in the squad.
Yeah, if he's there and he scores, I'll say, well, I know where he is now. Thanks.
Yeah. So, but I just think we're lacking on the flanks. I just don't think we've got anything to excite. You know, we have got the best strike force in the league, or on paper, definitely. But you don't supply them; they're not scoring.
To be fair, you're quite right. You know, putting a kid in from the U team on the wings, it's not like putting him in a central defender from the U team, or a striker who's going to get battered in centre. Just they tried Coffey Moore, didn't they, against Gateshead? Was it Gateshead?
I can't remember. He was like a fish out of water, though, weren't he?
Yeah, he did all right, but he just tried to change it up. But you know, but
we're judging him. We're judging him off half a game, if I was already game.
Yeah, I know.
You've got to give him a run. Do you know, how many times have we played Shelton and then realised that he's not the right player?
And this is the thing. We've had players coming in this season now. I mean, how many chances do you give them? Like they're asked to come in.
Don't forget with the youth team as well. They're probably in two minds, because if we don't go up this year, technically we don't have a youth team next year, do we? So they're probably thinking, what do I do here? You know, what's happening next year with us?
Well, it's all about whether it's actually going to be funded from money, isn't it? You know, whether I don't know. Just press the button, Dave. And it's
Robert. I think it will be an official club site only interview on Saturday afternoon. You don't know me, Robert, but I will mither Mellon into his fucking car if I need to get an interview, so don't worry about that.
And you know, another player I feel really sorry for is Fondop. Do you know, I know he's, you know, I get it. And the problem he's got now is, like, he don't leave a Norwood, he don't leave a Gardner out, you know, and because of the profile they are. But I just think Fondop changes the game completely for us. Now, whether we start him or what, he always seems to bag a goal. You know, and he's the sort of player that will, you know, create an opportunity for us. While we've not got anything down the flanks, if we're going to launch it up, then we'll launch it up with Fondop on the field, who's going to lightly win the header.
I don't think I just look. It comes in ebbs and flows, doesn't it? This season, the performances and all that.
It's been very up and down.
It's so hit miss that we just.
He has been up and down, but the chances of getting a flick on off a Fondop, you know, he might create you two for opportunities in the game.
I mean, just the constant up and down, the ebb and flow this season. It's just been horrendous. And to be fair, Mellon has had one league window, hasn't he? Pretty much like that. So does he need another window? Does he need he'll need a summer, don't he? You know,
completely, yeah.
But God, but he said that last summer with Unsworth, and he signed all these potential players, and then I don't bloody know.
You'd like to think Mellon's done his own work now, aren't you? You know, he's already speaking to players.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we are all commenting on what we think that we need, and he's no different. He's more invested in all that stuff, and he must be looking around. So we'll have to expect improvement. I think it's been an improvement this season.
Well, where we were second bottom, weren't we?
So we've improved. I think next season we'll improve again. It's just all about, you know, we'll just have to see where
I read some of these comments on social media. They're already asking for Mellon's head, and you're like, come on, guys. You know,
because
he's been in this job 3-4 months, you know. He's picked up a lot of, you know, uneven jigsaw pieces, and he's doing the best he can with it.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll see.
I think this time next year is the time to start questioning him if we're not doing that well.
Yeah, he's got to earn his money now. I mean,
he's got 3.5 years.
He's got to earn his money. And this is what I want to see. What he's all about. Like, after such a bad performance against Aldershit at the weekend in a massive game.
Yeah.
You know, after the home disappointment against Kidderminster, after the 2 draws that we've had against Bromley and Southend, you know, what's he made of? What's his team made of? We're going to find out on Saturday. We really are. And you know what? And then I'm kind of looking forward to the season ending, because it's exhausting, isn't it? It's exhausting having to sort of try and find the words to talk about it every week, like 2 or 3 times a week.
Don't forget, there's 3 or 4 guys in there as well who are out of contract. So now's the time they should be playing out the skin.
Hogan being one of them, and I think, you know, someone said earlier that Hogan should stand up and be counted. Now, I don't know who it was. Oh, here it is, Sean Elliott. I know I've called this guy Hogan at the start of the season for saying he weren't performing, but for me, he's been one of our standout players since.
But Dave, and you know, is that because he's playing for a contract? You know, where's he been last season?
I don't think he's that sort of player. I don't think he's that sort of player. When you see him on the pitch, he's organising. When he was banned for 2 games against Stebbs Fleet and the other team,
we missed him. Didn't we
missed him massively. Yeah. He's a big influence on that team.
No, I think he's been decent this year. Yeah, I do. I think he's been decent.
I just think we're in a rebuilding process. Like, we really, you know, there was no way that last season we were going to bring in a squad that was just going to do like that, and then this season we've not done it again. It's going to take a few seasons to, you know. I think we
can rebuild them.
When we spoke to Mark White, we asked him the question, "How long do you think it'll take?" And I think he said at least 3 seasons, if memory serves. So
I think the frustrating thing is, like you touched on before, there's only really one dominant team this season in the league. It's quite even other than that. And now
it sets it up for next season. Next season should be our time. We're going to be the biggest club in the division, best fan base, most money. We've got Forest Green and Sutton probably coming down by the looks of it. So next season is the season. The best chance we'll have of winning this National League, or I think we'll probably have, you know, for a long time. So next season's massive, assuming that we don't go up this season.
Makes an excellent point here, Tom O'Day. Evening, guys. For me, we've took getting into the playoffs for granted. Mellon cannot gamble for us finishing 6th or 7th if we've secured a playoff spot already. They can still be achieved. It's just how much they want it, isn't it? And how much Mellon drives it, you know what I mean? And he carries on to say, but there's a lot of work to be done. Even if we finish in the playoffs, I don't think we're good enough. If we did go up, I think we'd struggle like bloody anything, wouldn't you?
I think, like you said, that the rebuild is needed. I think let's look at it in the point of view, it's underway.
Yes.
It's not that it's like we need to just get rid of all these players and start again. We don't. There are good players in the squad, but the team's going to be better when it's better balanced and it has a particular way of playing, and we haven't got that yet. Just think of the players that we've got in our squad now compared to the players that we had at the start of last season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a massive difference.
And the position says it all as well, doesn't it?
So we are in the process of rebuilding. And things are going
worried
well.
about that midfield, the central midfield. But then, wingers, you need to get 2 good wingers in the summer. You know what I mean? If not now, we've got time. We could get someone.
I don't think we're going to get anyone. I don't think we're going to get anyone now. What's your prediction then, Ben, for the outcome of the season?
I think we'll sneak in, but I don't think we'll hit Wembley. I think we'll just get turned over in that first playoff game.
I don't think we've got the art, guys. I don't think we've got that desire to get us over the line to scrap a win. No,
I hope you're wrong, but I do agree.
Saturday's a great potential indicator to show the fans that they are up for it and that they can do it. And you know what? It would be great atmosphere if we beat them. And at the end of the game, we played really well. Everyone's back on side. Everyone's believing again and going, that's what we need, because we are fickle as fans. We go off and thinking, oh, God, we can't do it. But if we beat Chesterfield on Saturday and it's a real occasion, then all of a sudden we'll be feeling fantastic. We can do this again. And then you've got to try and capture that momentum.
Don't just show how poor the league is. And I'm not trying to down talk Latics, but we've not been very good this season and we're in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. 100%, exactly.
It's poor.
Well, look at Southend. They got deducted 10 points, and I think they're 8 points off the playoffs. So that tells you everything, doesn't it?
Well, I just think they've got a really good team and a really good manager.
Yeah, but they made up some good ground. But it is a very tight league. Looking at it all. So anyway, listen, thanks for calling in, Ben.
Cheers, fellas. See you later.
See you later.
We have been criticised on this show for not getting as many callers in as we like, because it's always the same old faces who call in. I'm not going to mention any names, but we know who he is. But if you do want to ring in, you always get on the show. So if you want to be a new caller and say hello to Sexy Dave and Beardless Matt, by all means, you've still got about 10 minutes ish. So let's bring in Jack.
One of those same old faces.
And unmute.
All right, Jack.
Hi, you're all right.
Yeah, you in your dressing gown?
Yes, I am actually.
Nice one. Have you had a bath or a shower?
He's a child. You can't ask that.
Why?
Well, you can't. It's a bit, I don't know.
Just like, he's nice and relaxed.
Are you CRB checked?
I am actually. I've just went in recently. Yeah.
Did he pass you?
Yeah. Well, I have to be DRB checked to work with care in the community people like you, Dave.
I'm only joking.
Anyway, Jack, welcome back to the show. How are you?
All right. Just disappointed, to be honest.
After Aldershot?
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't think McGay. I'm going to go in on McGay here. I don't want to, but it was Bromley on Tuesday, and in the first 45 minutes, I thought he needs to go off our time. It looked like he was blowing. And then he played again on Saturday, and then Shearer dropped. I don't see what's going on. I don't know if Mellon wants to play with height in midfield. That's why McGay is there, but that's the only reason I can see him being there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
he's Shearer on Saturday.
Yeah, he came off. He came on when Sutton came off.
Wow.
I know, which I thought was a bit odd. I did think that Shearer looked tired towards the end of the Bromley game, though, because he does do a hell of a lot of running. And I thought he was overcompensating for McGay, who can't run as much. And I think McGay he tries to cover the ground. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a lazy player or anything like that. He's just not built for
midfield
for midfield and the amount of ground that you have to cover. And we talked about the game that he came. Which game was it? The away game, Eastleigh, was it?
Yeah.
When he played in the centre, but they made life so much easier for us. I had this conversation on Twitter with Andy. I think it was Andy Oldham about the games that we won and the games that those away games where they just didn't press us and didn't make it easy. They made it easy for us. Our problem is when teams don't make it easy for us, we don't have the ingenuity to break them down.
Southend, Kidderminster, Barnet didn't really press, did they?
They made it to it. We beat them twice, didn't we? So
it's going to be really tough. What do you think the score's going to be on Saturday, Jack?
You know what? It would be the most wonderful thing to go and win like 3-0 from away. So I'm going with a win.
It's the hope that kills you.
It is, yeah.
Would you make any changes? Who would you be starting in midfield, mate?
Conlon, because these are players that you can see it. Like I was reading on Twitter before when he got announced in the C team, and that just the comments like you're getting so much stick. I know he's been bad, but when you saw the first game against Barnet, he was playing like a really good centre midfield. He was going past them. It's just, I think he needs to start. He's the one who can string the passes together.
Mm. Who else would you have?
Sharon, and the other player I'm not sure because he likes to play Hammond on the wing. So
what have you thought of Hammond?
Everyone's saying, "Oh, get him gone," but I think he's been brilliant.
I have to agree. I had his back from the very start.
What about this for midfield? So we're assuming that Dan Gardner's fit because he's been in the squad. He played earlier on in the season. He played on the right-hand side of midfield and he did a good job. So how about we go on Saturday, we play 4 at the back. Yeah, we play Hogan at right back, Raglan, Hobson and Kitchen left back. And then in midfield, we play Hammond left midfield, Conlon, Sharon, Gardner on the right-hand side of midfield. And then take your pick up top.
I'd play Walker if he's available over
I'm just
Gardner.
assuming that based on the fact that he's not been available, that he's not available. Up top, Fondop and Garner. And I keep Nolan on the bench because I think he's been shit the last 2 games, to be honest with you. So I thought Garner and Fondop were looking like a bit of a partnership. They scored all those goals together in those 2 games. So
yeah.
I don't know what the best solution is, but I don't think that the wing back thing is working.
No.
So I just think we're going to end up getting. What I remember from Chesterfield last season is they absolutely murdered us down in those pockets and getting the ball wide and getting the balls in the box. So if we play with wing backs, we'll end up with those 2 big spaces again, and it'll just be food and drink to them. So I think he's got to change the formation and just play a bit more rigid, and also. The 5 across midfield just turns into 5 at the back, and then we just end up being under loads of pressure. So, but we'll see. I don't know. Does that sound all right to you, Jack? Is that or? I'm
not a fan of a centre half at right back. If I'm being honest with you,
I know, but we don't have any. We don't have a right back.
Yeah, we do side that, Chev.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, you can. So would you drop Hobson based on his recent performances and put Hogan in the middle and then play?
No, I think Hobson is. No, I'd play Hogan at right back.
Right, but this is what I'm saying. I'm saying he won't drop. I don't think he'll drop any of those 3: Raglan, Hobson, and Hogan.
Or does he drop Kitchen and put Hogan at left back and put Datchev at right back?
No.
Hello. That's what I'd be doing because Kitchen's been poor. He's been poor.
But he's a genuine left-footed threat, and I don't think putting Hogan at left back.
But if you go 4-4-2, you rely on your wingers rather than your fullback, don't you?
Yeah,
because he doesn't do the overload very well, does he? And he's played Kitchen at left midfield at York, which was a disaster.
I don't know.
To be the manager, eh?
I know.
You're
going on Saturday, Jack? Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think every time he's played Kitchen, Hogan's always there covering for him.
Agreed.
Every time Kitchen just he's just there jogging back when they play the ball over, and Hogan's there every time. So I think he's been lucky a lot of the times.
I think that's a really good point. I think Kitchen, he's just coasting through games, isn't he? Rather than giving it his all. And as I say, a lot of people said it's due to the Alex Reid scenario. It must be having an effect on the lad. And it can't be easy. It's like if Matt got dropped for a dodgy social media post, it'd affect me because I'd laugh. No, wouldn't it? No, but you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Because if you're close to somebody, it's
I think so. Yeah, I think. But look, I mean, that's team sport, isn't it? You know, like you just
got to get over it and
get on with it. But look, I mean, presumably the most important thing for a professional is success, being involved in. Let's be honest. It's a long season for everyone. It's a long season for the players. They have to work hard. It's difficult, and they want something out of it at the end of it. They don't just want to just have a mediocre season and then go on holiday. Presumably, if they're good professionals, they want to win something. And they've got the opportunity to get to Wembley, and you know, that should be motivation enough. Unfortunately, like Danny was saying before, it didn't look like that was enough motivation for him against Aldershot. But on Saturday, they're going to have to get up for it, or they're going to get pasting and booed off. And it won't be good for anybody, will it?
Yeah, you can just imagine the scenes at Boundary Park after a 3-0 defeat to Chesterfield.
God.
It's just, God, that's best stop. Sorry.
No, it goes on. That's
Okay.
20 minutes, that one.
No, what's your prediction then? What score, Jack? Give us your score.
I don't know. I see a late winner. I don't know.
Who for, Jack?
Oldham.
Oh, you know what? I hope so, because I said this against Bromley. I was waiting. I didn't expect us to score, but there's nothing better than a late winner, is there? That is the best thing in football.
It is.
A last-minute winner or an injury time winner is just the best thing. So I hope you're right, Jack, because that.
It's like the equaliser against Chesterfield. Nothing better than a late, because when you're getting pumped all game, but a last minute,
late winner.
A late winner.
A nice creamy late winner. Yeah. Listen, thanks for calling in, Jack. It's always good to talk to you, mate. I'll keep my eye out for you on Saturday.
Yeah, cheers, pal. Take care. Thanks for calling.
Mate.
Cheers.
Thanks, pal. Yeah, so here we got some from Nictor. Who's just Aldershot fan. I think we're getting to the playoffs, but needs to do better than you did. Last Saturday, how many times have you said Aldershot have been shit, Matt? I don't know, not that many, but you were shit when you played us in the...
No, you didn't say Aldershot have been shit. You just said Aldershit.
Aldershit. No,
Yeah.
Aldershit Show. That was about us.
Well,
Look, listen, Aldershot are traditionally a shit football team, so I'm quite happy to say that. We're shit as well, obviously.
is it Nick Cansfield? I think it's Nick Cansfield.
I think it is, Nick, yeah. But look, Aldershot, when we beat you 5-1, were bloody awful. So, I mean...
Unfortunately, Nick, for you, you write good books, so we will let you off. You're right back at you.
But I think...
And you're too old to be doing hashtags, because you're really old.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
Yeah. And just for the record, Aldershot,
Oh,
even though you
shit.
beat us on Saturday, are shit. So there we go. That's all sorted. Right. I think that's it, Dave. I think what all we need to do is we need to remind people that on Saturday, before it's an early kickoff.
Yeah, 12:30. So
12:30
set your
kickoffs.
alarm bells.
So don't forget. But if you go on to Oldham Community Radio,
or ask Alexa, play Oldham Community Radio.
Yeah, I'll go on the website, oldhamcommunityradio.com. Then you can listen to this.
Attention all listeners.
From Shaw to Sholver,
Crompton to Coldhurst,
Fitton Hill to Fellsworth,
Hollywood to Hathershaw.
from Leeds to Limeside.
This Saturday, 24th of Feb from 10 till 11 a.m.
Myself, Matt Dean,
And me, Sexy Dave Bradley,
are exclusively live on Oldham Community Radio
bringing you a roundup of everything Oldham Athletic.
on A Look.
Athletics.
So join Matt
And Dave,
on 99.7 FM and DAB Oldham.
Community Radio.
We've got a very special guest on the show this week. We've got one and only John Sheridan joining us on the show on Look Athletics this week. And also our musical theme for this week is managing expectations as we go into this game against... Is it managing expectations or disappointment?
It's just managing expectations.
Managing
Great,
expectations.
disappointing. Just we're there to help you and give you that therapy and just make it cathartic for all you suffering Latics
So we've got
fans.
songs from the Rolling Stones.
No,
Talking
no, don't spoil
Heads.
it.
They might be able to guess. And
Yeah.
Phil Collins.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
it should be a lot of fun.
If you do hashtag Look at Latics on Saturday morning, we will read out your text messages, but we won't be selling any like vehicles or any stuff that you want to resale. eBay or Auto Trader are available.
To be honest with you, I wasn't listening to what you said, so I don't know what you're talking about. I was looking at this though, Keith. We can't keep re-recording the jingle just because you want right into Roundthorn, and you mentioned this last time.
Be careful with Keith Gladhill. I've told you his reputation.
Listen,
he is one hard
we've
man.
recorded it as it is, and that's the way it's staying until
someone sponsors us to do it.
Can't be asked to do it again. Okay, but right into Roundthorn would have been nice, but it's not in there. Nick, yes, it's harsh, but it's true. Okay,
Yes.
You support a shit football team, so do we. Let's all just get over it. Okay, right. If you want to buy us a nice creamy latte.
So now, Dave, fans can buy us a coffee. How do you like your coffee?
Like a nice cream, white, frothy latte.
laddie. So if you want to buy Dave
Laddie.
then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast. I'll just take mine black.
Right. We'll see you on Saturday at what is going to be a very, very loud, boisterous, brilliant atmosphere.
Positive.
Brilliant Boundary Park. We're looking forward to it. See you on Saturday.
Toodaloo.
Thank you for listening to the Boundary Park Alert System, a QPod production hosted and produced weekly by Matt Dean, Andy Halliwell and Dave Bradley. QPod is Oldham's only dedicated podcast production company, and if you'd like to learn more about how podcasting can help take your brand to the next level, visit kupod.co.uk. A huge thank you goes to all those people who subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. We really appreciate you all. Please visit oafcpodcast.co.uk and click Be a Supporter or find the link in the show notes if you'd like to help us fund the show. It's only $2.99 per month to subscribe, but if you'd rather make a one-off donation, please visit buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast or click the link on our website. Don't miss the Latics Football Phone In every Wednesday live from 8:30pm. Please visit youtube.com/@OAFC podcast and do hit subscribe while you are there. You can also follow and interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok @OAFC podcast. Big thanks go to Eileen Finnegan for writing our excellent weekly blog, which we encourage you to read on our website every Saturday morning, and also to Paul Prendergast for providing us with all the Latics Mind questions. The title music for the show is by Manchester DJ and producer Starion, and for more information visit bandcamp.com/Red Laser Records. If you'd like to be a guest or contribute to the show, we would love to hear from you. Until then, see you next time.